Hello and good morning. It's morning here in Vienna. No video in a long time. First video, probably in a couple of weeks. Probably been actually a month since I made a full video. It's been a while. I was back in Ireland for my holidays. I had a lot of essays to write. I'm going to have a few exams in the next couple of weeks, but after that I have a period of 4 weeks where I hope to make a few videos, may keep working on some projects, maybe a course I'm trying to release. So yeah, I'm back for the moment. And today's video is about nutrition. So in the Royle mindset, I've written a little bit about nutrition, about diet, and the things you need to avoid, and the way you need to make sure you don't eat bad foods like saturated fats, sugars, like added sugars. Maybe avoid things like alcohol as well, since they all lead to poor health. And with this chapter, I kind of focus very much on what you shouldn't eat. And now, since I've come back from Ireland, I've had to restock my apartment with food, and I've done so very consciously. And I'm going to tell you what I'm eating at the moment. So this is just an example of what I'm eating, what I think is a good diet, and just a reference point for me in the future. So starting off, I've more or less eliminated all added sugars in my diet. The only thing I do have is I would eat sweetened yogurt mixed with white yogurt, with oat flakes or with fruit, like a fruit salad, bananas, apples. I would add a bit of honey to that. Honey's a natural sugar, so no problem there. You can have loads of that if you want, as long as you're I suppose, conscious of the calorie intake. If you want to have a high calorie intake like I do when I'm in the gym at the moment for bulking, it doesn't matter. It's actually a good thing, and I would encourage that. What else do I have for breakfast? Well, I have chia seeds. They're like common, just little seeds. You spread them over your yogurt. Hemp seeds are fantastic too. Very high protein intake, very high protein quantity, I should say. Good for the protein intake during the day. I am trying my best to hit about 150 grams of protein per day. I'm not tracking it specifically, and something very basic that I didn't understand was if I have 100 grams of meat, that's not 100 grams of protein. It's about 20 grams, somewhere thereabouts. So a lot more difficult to actually hit that 150 grams than I thought during a day of bulking. I do have it's a vegan protein powder made from peas with some BCAAs added. Just make sure you've got all the amino acids. I take a bit of that during my workout, simply because I find it very unpleasant to drink in the middle of the day or in the morning. I just drink it during my workout, sip away at it. Very easy to consume. Probably about 15 to 20, 30 grams, depends on how long my workout is. I would consume that. Back to breakfast. So I would try to eat in the morning. I try to eat one or two clementines, an apple. Then when I come back from my run, I would have my breakfast. So yogurt, oats, the chia seeds, maybe a bit of honey, a bit of hemp seed. Then I would do some work, or I go to college, I go to university, I come back. I have 2 boiled eggs for the protein, about 6 grams of protein in a boiled egg, so that's fantastic. With a bit of toast or bread and ham, something like this, very simple. So those are my first 2 meals of the day. Then I'd look into preparing for lunch. Lunch is a big meal for me every day, simply because it's easier to eat a big meal in the middle of the day and not have to worry about eating smaller meals later on. So my lunch here has developed over the last couple of months. When I began living here, I literally would buy just a bit of mincemeat and I would cook that and have some spaghetti and maybe a little bit of tomato sauce. And that was really a very basic, not super tasty, but not bad meal for me. It was a bit bland perhaps, but I didn't mind. I was cooking for the first time. I was very happy with that. But now I've really developed it. I've added a lot more vegetables in order to improve my mineral and vitamin intake. So I would have a bit of meat that I've boiled the day before, put it on the frying pan with a bit of sunflower oil. I would begin to fry that, add some garlic, add some onion, add some spices, curcuma, paprika, these sort of things. Then I'd add 1 whole tomato, maybe 2, some peppers, and then once it's all quite cooked, I'd add in some beans and some lentils for the extra protein kick. I read somewhere once that you can only consume, the body can only work with a certain amount of protein per hour. So if you're wanting to hit that 150 grams per day, I believe it's not wise to eat the 150 grams in one sitting. Better to have it spread out. So that's why I try to eat as much protein at least some protein around the clock. But the bulk of my protein comes from this meal. And yeah, I have rice with that or spaghetti or whatever. Add a bit of spices to it to make it a bit more interesting flavor wise. A drop of lemon for the vitamin C. And that's a fantastic meal. Maybe even a few olives if I want to increase my variance in fiber and just for my microorganisms in the gut. Basically, you want to have a wide range of food for them to develop properly. Same reason why I take yogurt. Probiotic yogurt is fantastic for this also, and so are oat flakes. Anyway, so that's my main meal concluded then. Just drink down some water with that. Make sure you're drinking water throughout the day. I don't know much about this 2 litre thing. I never really tracked it. Do you drink 2 litres of water every day? Is that really so important? No idea. But definitely I do drink throughout. I bring a bottle with me wherever I go to college. Always have water available. Next trick that I have thought of is to get a big bowl and fill it with nuts. So I have peanuts, pecan nuts, cashew nuts and almonds in this big bowl. Now pecan nuts are very expensive, so I get 100 grams of those, mix them in, but maybe I'll put in 500 grams of peanuts, and I eat more peanuts for the protein, but I get a few pecan nuts in for the brain health benefits basically. I haven't read up too much about nuts. I just know they're meant to be very good, and they're really high in calories, really dense in calories, and since I'm trying to bulk, that's perfect for me. So yeah, big bowl of nuts, just snack with them throughout the day, bring a few to college. It's a perfect little snack, high protein, good oils, etc, etc. And yes, then in the evening, obviously then I go for my workout around 8 o'clock, bring my protein shake, and then around 9 or 10 I'll have a meal of oat flakes and yogurt just to make sure I have that calorie level reached. Might add some more might add more of the chia seeds and the hemp seeds to that also at the end of the day. Now, I used to take supplements. I don't take that many. I used to take a multivitamin. I don't take that often now because I do think I'm hitting all my minerals and vitamins with those meals basically that I described there. Obviously, you mix it up a bit to have variance. But I might still take a multivitamin once a week. I do take vitamin D. My father brought me some vitamin D tablets, and it's winter here, so don't get a lot of sun. So vitamin D is fantastic, I believe. A lot of studies on vitamin D and how it is beneficial. I do now and again take krill oil for omegas for the bones and joints because I don't eat fish really. I never really buy fish, so my omega intake is really limited in my opinion. There is a bit of omegas in the hemp seed, but yeah, I definitely take the krill oil little tablets once a week, something like this. They're not that cheap, so I don't take them too often. I never had any problems with my joints or any specific reason why I take it, just that I read up on it once. Really good to have a little bit of omega in your diet, omega-3. Now, let me think. That's basically everything. I have a small video going through my kitchen where you can kind of see everything. I just open the drawers. It's a video sent to my friend, so I'm not addressing you, the audience, but I thought the video would be quite useful to see what everything looks like. And yeah, one pro tip that I forgot is dark chocolate. Dark chocolate, I bought an 85% dark chocolate. Take 1 or 2 squares of that. Again, it's high in calories, fantastic for bulking, not if you're trying to lose weight or cutting, but good for antioxidants and good for muscle growth apparently. That are all the natural foods. I do also take creatine. Creatine, now you should do your research on this, it's the most studied and researched supplement on the market. No problems ever been found with it. It's super safe apparently. I have read up on that and I believe that to be the case, and therefore I do take creatine. Creatine helps with muscle recovery, helps with short-term energy bursts, with fatigue and a whole host of different things. Some pretty cool studies on creatine. One includes giving creatine to a person or a cohort, let's say, of people, a sample of people who do no exercise and just kind of live their daily life. They get creatine, and a similar cohort who does no exercise, lives the same lifestyle, gets no creatine, and the cohort who takes creatine had better muscle development simply because when you climb stairs, then your legs will recover and grow faster for whatever reason than without taking creatine. So loads of studies out there. I would really study that if I were you. So yeah, definitely creatine is a pro tip too. A bit expensive, but again, if you don't drink alcohol like me, it's easy to save money. So definitely worth spending on things that will benefit you in the long run. So yeah, that's the video. I hope you liked the little clip at the end showing my kitchen. Sorry for the mess. It's not the most tidy kitchen at the moment. Have been kind of trying to go through a lot of stuff and move things out, and yeah, it was kind of the wrong time to make that video, but hey, I don't mind. So yeah, I hope you look at the video. Maybe there's a few nutritional ideas that you have. Leave a few comments if you do. And yeah, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Now, I don't normally show people this, but if you want to be feeling happy, you gotta make sure that your body is it's been looked after. So you gotta be taking certain things. Now, I know because you're in Spain, you should have a lot of sun. But in the winter, you should definitely be taking some vitamin D. Is that gonna focus? Come on, yeah. So something like little vitamin D tablety thing. Those are like 5,000 UIs. Definitely will be taking those every day. If you are still in the gym, and I don't know if you are, but I remember you have an amazing gym body, so you probably are still doing a small bit. I recommend taking creatine. Kind of expensive, but if you don't drink alcohol like me, then it's very easy to save up for these sort of things. So that's €30 for creatine. I would research that. That's one of the best things people are taking all over the world, and it's very safe. Perfect supplement. Then, I don't know what your diet is like. If your diet isn't so good and you're not cooking vegetables, then yeah, definitely multivitamin. But I don't really take these anymore because instead of cooking a bad diet, eating a bad diet, I just eat a lot of vegetables. Tomatoes, beans, onions, meat, eggs, lemon. It's all perfect. Vitamin C. I eat 1 onion every day. Fantastic. Garlic. Dark chocolate. I've been buying dark chocolate lately. Dark chocolate's like the best thing for muscle growth, but also for like just like general antioxidants. So that they keep you in a good state. What else? Every day, eat some oranges. I bought these oranges or clementines and they taste terrible. So I bought some last week and they were lovely, and this batch are really sour. They're probably from Spain, so I can blame the Spanish people for this. Yes, they're from Spain. Spanish oranges. Can you see that? Spanian. So that's your fault. So please grow better oranges for me. Oh yeah, this is also a great one. So nuts. I just bought basically pecan nuts because they're really good for brain health. And when your brain's happy, you're happy. Pecan nuts, they're expensive. So I get a little bit of these and I mix them with cheaper nuts like peanuts, which are very cheap. Like, get like the unsalted version because salt isn't particularly healthy. Definitely eat the unsalted ones, mix it in, and yeah, you just have a handful of those every day and you have a whole lot of protein in them. Fantastic for, again, for gym like I'm doing at the moment. Oh, I don't know if you know what these are. Oh yeah, this is all the honey that my dad brought from Ireland. I don't know if you know what these are. These are dates. These are fantastic, really nutritious. They're like, they call it the bread of the desert. You probably know what they are. Eat 1 or 2 of those every day. Fantastic minerals and vitamins. Means that you won't get sick. And yeah, I really do believe if your diet is in a good place, then you're going to be much happier too, because you're going to be more balanced, your hormones are going to be more regulated, easier to make big decisions. What are these? Hemp seeds and chia seeds. I eat those my breakfast in the evening. Again, fantastic antioxidants, omegas. You need omegas for your bones and for your joints. So again, if you're in the gym, then that's fantastic. And yeah, obviously honey's really healthy. I definitely recommend taking honey now and again. And yeah, definitely need to start taking some of those things. Unless your diet is already really good, then what can I say?